Hey everyone, it's Sky here again, back to you with another video, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about a hot topic: proteins, carbs, and fats. What's the deal? And what are some of the biggest misconceptions around all three of them? Let's jump right in. Alright, so first up we have everybody's favorite, you know it and you love it, protein. Yo, bro, what are you doing? What? Don't you know, bro? That's just gonna kill your gains. I wasn't even exercising. Protein, man. Everybody knows that. Protein is so important to bros like us that we might as well just call it protein. Alright, the first misconception about protein is that somehow you're not getting enough. In fact, almost everybody in the United States is actually eating too much protein. I know, crazy, right? Now, the average adult actually only needs about 46 grams of protein a day if you're a female and 56 if you're a male. And furthermore, the longest lived, healthiest populations ate a predominantly low protein, plant-based diet. Think about the Okinawans from Japan and the Adventists from Loma Linda, California. They ate a relatively low protein diet. And if you're still worried about protein, well, just don't. As long as you are eating a calorically sufficient diet, it should be impossible to go protein deficient. Alright, so the second misconception about protein is that you need animal products to get enough protein. Now that is just patently false. All plant foods contain all 9 essential amino acids necessary for life. Don't believe me? Just type it into any nutrition calculator. Or you can ask some of the world famous athletes that are thriving on a plant-based diet. These include Kendrick Ferris. He's the only US weightlifter to qualify for the Olympics. Also, tennis star Serena Williams, as well as world record holding strongman Patrick Baboumian. Next up on the chopping block we have carbs. Do they make you fat?
Oh my gosh, Susan. All these carbs are making me like so fat. It's like straight from my lips right to my hips. No way. You know, I did a low carb diet once. I didn't use the restroom for like a week. It was a great time save, let me tell you what.
I don't think you'll find anyone to disagree with you that processed carbohydrates are a problem and probably should be limited in the diet. However, the problem comes is when we start thinking about all carbohydrates as the same, because they all break down to the same constituent parts. Again, this is just not true. We have overfeeding studies in which we can see a very small percentage of carbohydrates actually get turned into body fat stores. This process called de novo lipogenesis, which simply means new fat creation, is actually really inefficient and your body doesn't want to do it and actually uses extra energy to convert those sugars or carbs into fat. Again, the longest lived, healthiest populations on Earth, like those Okinawans and Adventists we were talking about earlier, their diet is actually quite high in carbohydrates, but the key is they're whole food carbohydrates like brown rice, sweet potatoes, fruits and vegetables, not sugar. The last macronutrient we have is fat, and the biggest misconception surrounding fat is, America went low fat like 30, 40 years ago, and see how that worked out for us? Low fat diet is bunk. We just got fatter and fatter. I just don't understand. I've been eating low-fat Oreos, low-fat Fig Newtons, and low-fat mayonnaise, and I'm still not losing weight.
Well, I guess that low-fat diet wasn't so healthy after all.
You know, you're right. I should just go down a whole stick of butter right now. Here's the thing. We never really went low-fat as a country. We just simply marketed ourselves as low-fat. In fact, if you take a look at USDA dietary statistics, we can see what people were actually eating, not just what they said they were eating. So it turns out we didn't eat less fat, we actually ate more fat from the 1970s till now. Not only that, we ate more of, well, just about everything. Here, I'll flash a graph on the screens right now so you can see. We're eating more of just about everything, so to point the finger at fat and say, oh, low-fat diet failed us, is completely ridiculous. So diets only ever work if you actually eat them, and we never actually ate low-fat as a country. So don't think about high carb or low fat, high carb, just eat real food. And that turns out actually to be a relatively low fat diet, which actually turns out to be the only diet ever proven to prevent and reverse heart disease, the low fat, totally plant-based diet. I'll flash that study on the screen right now too. So at the end of the day, guys, don't even think about proteins, carbs, and fats and how much am I getting, oh, I gotta calculate my macros. All you have to do is eat a variety of whole plant foods. Center your diet around that, and you'll be just fine, I promise. If you got any value out of this video, please consider subscribing, and maybe tapping that little bell icon next to the subscribe button. That really helps. Alright, well thank you so much for watching, and until next time, eat real food.